Hey man, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, man. Go ahead, subscribe to this channel, man. Like this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you share this video, man. Let's get right into it. Hey, so man, Moneybagg, yo, be getting pressed right now, man. He was pressed at his show. He was pressed on stage and backstage and in the waiting room, man. So basically, he got pressed by Finese2Tymes and his people, basically, for the whole situation that's been going on between them and the flow being way too similar, and the allegations of Moneybagg, yo, basically stealing his flow. At the same time, Fabo Gold pulled up to that same concert because Fabo Gold was trying to let everybody know about how Key Glock basically took him out the picture. Key Glock sabotaged his whole career. If you look at the facts that what happened, Moneybagg, yo, sabotaged Finese2Tymes' career, and Key Glock sabotaged Fabo Gold career. So the real people that's supposed to be on top right now in Memphis is Fabo Gold and Finese2Tymes. But we all know what's been happening in the last few years. They, basically got messed with and blackballed and everything like that. So they couldn't be on top. I mean, Key Glock couldn't get over the fact that young Dolph really liked Fabo Gold more than him. And Fabo Gold just reminded Dolph of himself more because he had that flow, that specific voice that is very, very South Memphis, and that fans came to love it, man. When you look at how many people were supporting Fabo Gold, it's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people. But then when Key Glock did what he did, man, he basically took a lot away from Fabo Gold. You got to understand the opportunities that's coming Fabo Gold's way was very impacted by how Key Glock tried to backdoor set him up and take him out the picture, out of the spotlight, because Key Glock was afraid he was going to get passed up. He doesn't want to be irrelevant and be a thing of the past. So if somebody in his own team's going to pass him, he's going to do something to make sure he stays the next guy up, He don't want somebody taking over his spot as being a favorite, because Dolph really did like Fabo Gold as far as like the music goes, man. He thought that he had the best chance to be the next hot thing ever since Dolph was last time, right? And then you go to the Finese2Tymes situation. Finese2Tymes was the next person up in Memphis, man. And the things that Moneybagg Yo did to rob him of that music and that whole catalog is just very shady, man. That's why you can't trust people. One day they want to sign you, they want to be that, all this, and just be buddy, and the next thing you know, they stealing from you, man, and not giving nothing back and just taking full credit for everything you ever did. And when you look at the facts, man, these people got these motives from the beginning. Moneybagg Yo was all about finessing him and trying to get whatever he could out of him in this whole situation, because if you look at it, man, he was taught by Yo Gotti how to do all this weird taking from your people and all that kind of stuff. And if you look at Key Glock, I mean, it's the same situation, man. Key Glock, he was with Trula and them, and, whatever they taught him was to basically, fight for his turf and make sure nobody out-hustles him. So when it come to a situation where, other people was getting a lot more attention in the hip-hop and the Southern Memphis hip-hop scene, then Glock basically treated it as if it was his territory and that he had to take the next person out. So he blackballed Fabo Gold. He basically tried to, get nobody to support him in the community. He tried to get his name and reputation, diminished. And he wouldn't let Daddy O and Dolph, go to certain shows in certain places. He always was saying that it was somebody from Fabo Gold's side that he was beefing with, and that they had to choose between him or Key Glock. So Key Glock made them get in a tough predicament by making them choose Key Glock over Fabo Gold. If they was to do it all over again, they would have chose Fabo Gold. It's just the fact that Key Glock hated Fabo Gold so much, he made up a fake beef between them to get in the way, so that Dolph didn't, so that Dolph stayed loyal to Key Glock and didn't upset him by signing Fabo Gold, even though Key Glock allegedly had ops from his camp that he was beefing with. But all of that was just an attention getter for Key Glock. He was just trying to find a slick way for Dolph to make sure he didn't sign Fabo Gold, so he told him about the fake beef he had with somebody in his circle. And that made Dolph respect Key Glock enough to not sign Fabo Gold at that time. But then rumors surfaced that when he came back from New York with that Big Moochie Great visit and for that whole Thanksgiving turkey drive, he was going to sign Fabo Gold. But then the plan for that whole, attempt on Dolph life came into play. And they did what they did. And so Fabo Gold never ended up getting signed to Dolph. But he does have a PRE chain, and he's not giving it back. So whether he got that chain fair and square or he snatched it up off of Key Glock's neck, which is what everybody thinks happened, man. They think that Fabo Gold actually snatched that PRE chain off of Key Glock's neck, and that was one of the chains and jewelry that young Dolph gave to Key Glock. And everybody been saying to Key Glock to take off Dolph jewelry and to go get his own and earn it. And when you look at Moneybagg Yo too, the people, whoever is from Finese2Tymes camp, Finese2Tymes, and anybody that he's rolling with as partners, they're trying to get back for all the stuff that Moneybagg Yo took from him. All the money he made off the songs that he ripped off of him. All the bread he made from signing to CMG, using his flow and his lyrics, his delivery. They're trying to get all of that back. So whether it's by hitting a lick on him, snatching his chain, or getting it back in blood, or whatever way they could think of, man, they're going to do what it takes to get that back, because they're not just going to let somebody come in and steal their work like that and use it and capitalize off of it, because they had to set an example. They can't let the next man think that this is okay. So they have to show by using Moneybagg Yo as an example of how not to mess with Finese2Tymes and his crew, and how serious this whole music game is, and the differences between using your own flow, using a flow just to tribute to somebody versus just ripping it and biting it yourself and calling it your own and just frauding, right? And so they're pretty upset with Moneybagg Yo, and they got a lot of smoke to clear about that, man. So Moneybagg Yo in a tight situation. It's not looking good for him in any way at all. Basically, he's sweating everywhere he goes. He's looking over his shoulder, seeing if Finese2Tymes and his partners is going to pull up. He's making sure he keeps his chain tucked. He's speaking low volume in public, making sure nobody hear him. He hasn't been spotted at the designer stores that he usually likes to go to, because he knows somebody from Finese2Tymes camp is going to be waiting at them designer stores for him in order to catch him slipping at the wrong place, wrong time. And just to, be able to let them know that he's going to get pressed and he has to check in now in Memphis anywhere he goes. And because he's not in, Moneybagg Yo moved out of Memphis. He lives in Atlanta now. So anytime he goes back to Memphis to pick up a CMG check, he has to check in, because CMG's LLCs ran out of Yo Gotti's mom's restaurant, the back of it. And Moneybagg Yo has to pull up to the restaurant at least every 2 weeks to get the checks for CMG. And guess what? Finese2Tymes and his partners got a little trap spot right there around the corner from where Moneybagg Yo has to go and Yo Gotti's mom restaurant is. And so they easily could come up and basically intercept him in traffic and really press him and really make him get scared and never come back again, or to cough up the bread that he owes him for stealing his flow and his delivery, man. So look, guys, like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, share this video. I got some breaking news coming out on the next one. You stay tuned, man. So I'm gonna catch you later.